Alright everybody, what is going on? We're hopping in here to a 200% level 10 Link showcase here for the newly EZA'd AGL Super Vegeta, you know, the big meme. He finally gets his EZA here, you know. Everybody loves whenever this, like it goes like, boom, you pop up in your summons and you see that. Everybody's always a big fan, so, you know, here he is. Doesn't have the worst design ever. I will say for his defense, which let me pull that up real quick. All right, we have the defense pulled up right here. So just real quick, what I want to talk about is that Vegeta's defense right here, it doubles. That's basically all it does. His only defensive buff in his entire kit that is multiplicative is this buff right here that he gets on super attack from his passive. So very basic. If there's no support on rotation, that's multiplicative. Then you just take whatever you see at the start of turn, multiply by 2, and that's it. When I say, like, multiplicative support buffs, I'm talking about, like, King Vegeta is a good example, and then, like, the Tech Vegeta from last year's Battle of Gods celebration. You guys know which one I'm talking about. Those buffs will add into this same line, so it'll become, like, a little bit trickier, but you're pretty safe just taking whatever you see from Vegeta's start of turn defense, multiplying by 2, and that's pretty much all you're going to have to deal with to get this guy's defense. So that's all I really wanted to talk about there. Now, I rainbowed this guy a long time ago, and I gave him additionals in the idea that maybe this would become attack and defense for 9 turns. Unfortunately, they didn't do that. If they had, this guy actually probably could have been like, I don't know, like Supreme Battle Spectacle level. Like, I don't know, probably. But I think this guy's fine. I haven't put any equips on him or changed his build up at all. I think you're pretty safe going full dodge on this guy. So just pick whatever feels right with you. Additionals, crits, whatever. I mean, he does get some crits in his passive, I think, now, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. Here we are. We got him, you know, start a turn here next to Vegeta. We've got a good amount of links active right here. Actually, no, we don't at all have a good amount of links active. Okay. Wow. This guy's link set is kind of odd for a Vegeta unit. He definitely does not have the typical Vegeta family unit link set. I mean, if we just compare that to, like, this guy, right? Like, I guess we've got Prodigies prepared for battle, Super Saiyan. Like, I don't know. I feel like we're not sharing that many links. This guy having Z Fighters is a little bit odd right there. Z Fighters and Soul versus Soul really are the two that are standing out to me as odd. And then of course he has Shattering the Limit because he's old as hell. So anyway, we can't get Vegeta's AGL orbs, but it's gonna be okay. We'll grab those. I'll grab this right here. And then God Goku's going to be fine at the end no matter what we give him, so let's just grab those right there. Without further ado, we'll go ahead and get into it. We'll see what... Of course, they open with the Superman. Hopefully this doesn't kill us. If it does, I will cut and come right back. Okay, no, we're fine. Okay. I didn't think it would, but, I mean, King Vegeta does get most of his defense on super attack, and then he's also type disadvantage, so I was a little concerned. Vegeta is at a 6.3 million attack stat. Now, the only thing good about this, actually, is that Vegeta's passive, I believe, activates on super attack. So, like, those crits that we're getting right there are from his passive. I think under 50% HP, he gets a, like a 50% chance to crit. Let me see. If HP is 50% or less when performing a super attack, performs a guaranteed crit. Okay. So yeah, guaranteed crits under 50% HP. So because we took a lot of damage right there, we actually saw that active. So I'm going to go ahead and float this support Vegeta off right here. We're going to get him on rotation, and then we will be right back. Alright, so this is actually a pretty good turn right here for Vegeta. We are under, what is that, 40% HP. So we have, how much is that? We have 30, 50... We have 70% damage reduction right now with this AGL Vegeta, so that is pretty good. I could go ahead and transform with this guy, might as well. I mean, this isn't like a hard event or anything, so we can do that, get some more links activated. So now we have 4 out of 7 activated right here, which is obviously pretty decent. Again, we're at that same, like, 233k defense right here. I did not get this Vegeta's passive activated yet, so we do not have his support yet. But we can get King Vegeta his orbs. That's going to heal us a little bit, but we're still going to be under 50% HP, so we're still going to have the guaranteed crits right here. Remember that Vegeta does stack attack for 9 turns, which is a 50% stack every time he supers. So last turn we got 2 of those stacks, so his first attack stat right here is going to be a little bit higher. Plus we have a few more links activated. Yeah, that's it. I mean... So we'll see what we get right here. Hopefully we can get the triple super this time. That would be really nice for the showcase. As far as how you want to build this Vegeta, I would say full dodge is, you know, like the game plan. as far as where you want to use this guy, I just say wherever you can get value out of him personally. You know, I've seen some people say, like, oh, what's the point? Like, he's not on meta-relevant teams, so what's the point of getting this guy, like, farmed up, ready to go, you know, because I'm just never going to use him. And it's like, you never know. You never know whenever they're going to drop an event that requires specific characters on your team, limits your roster. Maybe there's, like, a burst mode, battlefield. For a lot of you guys out there, this is going to be a great battlefield character, and I don't mean that, like, derogatory. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, this is a great battlefield character, but, like, this Vegeta came out on Global in, like, 2018, right? For most people, he's been sitting around in your box being an absolute zero. And now you have this pretty, I don't want to say solid, but you've got this guy who can be good in Battlefield. I mean, Battlefield is, I want to say it's usually about 2-ish metas behind, like, what our actual meta is for most of the fights. Like the current Battlefield right now against the Vegeta, I would say it's about on par with maybe the God event or like maybe like some of the earlier Red Zone stages, like maybe like Red Zone Baby kind of. You know, it's not like Supreme Battle Spectacle Gogeta level. But anyway, let me go ahead and pause. We'll come back. We'll get another rotation. This next one should be the Super Juicer with, you know, the Xeno Vegeta support, the King Vegeta support, and I'll try to get the Tech Vegeta support as well. So we'll see that. Then we'll just move into the breakdown. Not much to see with this guy. Okay, so here we go. We have Vegeta's actual full, what is it, 90%, I think is what he gets. Just to show you guys right here. So he gets 30% damage reduction, up to 50, 70, yeah, 90% damage reduction is activated right here. So, that's pretty good, right? 90% damage reduction. So we'll just go ahead and throw him in slot 1. We're getting a good amount of links active right here. I mean, would we get anything if I put Vegeta in slot 1? We actually would. We would get 1 extra link, and we would get Vegeta's multiplicative support. So I guess I might as well try this. I don't think King Vegeta would get washed. Our HP is kind of low, so I'm going to grab some same-type orbs right here to heal up. But this is going to be a really good turn for Vegeta right here. Remember that we do have 5 stacks currently of his attack. I believe we could get 2 more turns of that because he does stack it for 9 turns. But I feel like right now, I mean, it's just solid. I mean, he's gonna build up just a little bit more. But we have this support activated. We're gonna have King Vegeta's, and we're also gonna have Xeno Vegeta, who I think is 40% is what he gives. Yeah, Vegeta Family 2 key 40%. By the way, I believe this guy EZAs this year, and this is a Vegeta Family support type unit that stacks defense greatly. So we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing with this guy. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully King Vegeta would survive. I mean, we saw him eat 300k earlier, type disadvantage, so I don't think, yeah, I was going to say, type neutral, we shouldn't die. So here we go. We're going to get his multiplicative support buff up right here. We have the Tech Vegeta's multiplicative support buff up, and then we also have Int Vegeta, like I said, his start of turn buff. So let's see what we get up to right here. 12 million guaranteed crit. We have a pretty good chance to launch an additional. We do get it, 13 million, and then we could do the hidden potential right here as well. We do get it. Wow. Okay. I mean, that's obviously very, very good, right? Plus 90% damage reduction. I mean, this is double digits. This is double digits. So this is what I mean. Like, this guy's not a total zero. For a lot of you out there, I know you take a ton of damage in turn 1 of Battlefield. You know, I know some of you struggle out there with it. And then, boom, you just have this guy maybe on turn 2, and I mean, and he does something like that. Of course, at the start, he's not going to shoot out crazy high attack stats like that, but you guys can see the value, right? Like, I'm not just, like, you know, smoke and mirrors, like, playing a trick on you guys. Like, hopefully you guys see the value. I guess we'll get 1 more rotation. I mean, might as well. His numbers are probably not going to be as high because we're going to lose out on a lot of support. But we'll still just get 1 more turn in here. Okay, here we go. This for sure, we'll just make this the final turn. For sure this time. Actually, I'm not lying. Probably. Alright, let's grab those. We'll grab these right there. And then we'll just grab the AGL orbs with God Goku again. So let me know what you guys think about this AGL Super Vegeta. I think he's pretty good. Like he's not, you know, punching above his belt, but I'd say for his weight class, I mean, he's pretty good. Yeah, you can see our attack stat dropped down a ton here because we lost out on a lot of support. We have less links active right there, and we only got 1 super attack, so not a big deal. We should be able to, yeah, double digits. I mean, again, this guy, he has damage reduction, so if you can just kind of maintain a low HP pool with this guy, he can have a lot of value. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. For those of you who are curious, we're going to go ahead and move into the breakdown. Alright, this is Immutable Fighter Super Vegeta. Leader skill is AGL, STR, and physical types, key 3, HP attack and defense, 90% the stats. Maybe like if you need this guy as a backup leader in Battlefield, like for your third team, maybe that could be pretty good. But obviously this is not good for anything actually competitive. But maybe like an EZA area in the future would need this guy. So, I mean, you never know. You never know. Like, this is trash, but maybe it could have some value. Super attack, final flash, extreme, causes supreme damage to the enemy, seals super attack, and raises attack for 9 turns. I was really hoping that they were going to make this attack and defense for 9 turns, but it is what it is. Passive is power brought to bear. Attack and defense plus 150% at the start of turn. Also at the start of turn, all allies key +1, attack and defense plus 25%, plus an additional 2 key and 25% attack and defense for AGL, STR, and physical types. So that's obviously very, very good that he's a 50% support unit to these typings right here. And then just giving him this all allies key +1, 25% attack and defense on his EZA was a very smart decision. I am very, very happy with this line in this passive. I think this is good, right? So that also means, like, obviously, if you add 150, 25, and 25, he is giving himself 200% the stats at the start of turn. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 100% when performing a super attack, and if HP is 50% or less when performing a super attack, you do guaranteed crits. By the way, this will activate mid-turn. I kind of explained that earlier in the video on like the first turn that he was on, but because we took so much damage before he actually got to attack, we activated the guaranteed crits part of his passive before we actually got to him. So this is nice, just being able to get that activated. That is good. Launches. This also means, though, that if you heal, like let's say you have a character in slot 1 that heals you or something like that, then you heal over the 50% threshold, then this will actually not be activated. So that's going to be pretty rare. I would say it's going to be much more common that you actually fall below 50% HP during the turn than you heal above 50% HP. But just wanted to kind of point that out just in the event that it does happen. So something to be aware of. He does launch an additional attack. There's a great chance of becoming a super attack. Very, very, very nice. Being able to triple super with this guy. I mean, you guys saw how quickly we were able to stack up that damage of his. Now, granted, that was a very juiced turn. I don't know if I want to say that was realistic, but he gets 30% damage reduction baseline, and then whenever your HP is 70% or less, you get 50% damage reduction. That's 30 plus 20. And by the way, all of these buffs are at the start of turn. Your damage reduction does not activate mid-turn like the crit does. Only the crit is mid-turn. This is all at the start of turn. So, yeah, 50% damage reduction total if HP is 70% or less. If your HP is 50% or less, it goes up to... Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say 50 right here? 50% damage reduction when HP is 70% or less. 70% damage reduction whenever HP is 50% or less. And then 90% damage reduction whenever HP is 30% or less. So this is good. I like this. I feel like most of the time you're probably only going to have the 30, but if you're ever in a situation where you just lose a ton of HP, this guy can become very, very, very tanky. So very good. We already talked about the support. And then he does weakened regeneration. If you're curious what this is, it's from the Cell Dokkan event back in the day. This is an old mechanic. They used to give characters like buffs in their passive to make Dokkan events easier. So that's what this is right here. That's what we're seeing. It's not anything like crazy. It's just going to make that specific Dokkan event easier. What if they started doing that for kits nowadays? Like, what if they released a unit that made Supreme Battle Spectacle Gogeta like he did bonus damage in it? How would you guys feel about that? Would that be too easy now, or do you think it would be greedy from Bandai? Like it'd be way too explicit that they want you to summon and get the new character in order to beat a specific fight? Let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, this is something from the old days of Dokkan that has since aged out, but it's just one of those things that, how would you guys feel if they introduced this now, over 9 years into the game? What would you think? These are his link skills. We already talked about them a little bit. They are very odd for a Vegeta character just because, most Vegetas aren't going to have Z fighters or Soul versus Soul. But He does still have like your basic Saiyan links right up here. No prepared for battle though is pretty bad. We would like to see him with prepared for battle. I might have done my calcs with him having prepared for battle. I don't know. It's been a few days since I looked at them. Categories are pure Saiyans, full power, Vegeta family, all these other ones. And then these are his 200% leaders, which actually probably is the only thing that matters. As far as looking at his 200% leader skills here, the only one that really matters is Vegeta. None of the rest of these really matter unless they do like a category mission or something like that. I'm kind of curious how this unit is going to hold up in the 9th anniversary meta, but I just don't think they have the horses anymore, so... let me know what you guys think about this Super Vegeta. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions about this guy or any comments or suggestions for where I should showcase him. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.